This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to a very big couch today, and I mean big couch, 2 hours to be exact. Let me tell you some of the stuff you'll see today. We've got a local New Zealand band, 44 Degrees, opening the show today. Absolute magic. Music with Demelza Leonard. Later we talk about an amazing disease affecting so many people with Nisha Seth and her guest Stefania. Talking tech with Ben Aylett. Talking green as well as coming through. We're talking games with Peter Corelli. Talking green, of course, with Cara Walker. Later the Bitchin' team comes in with their news topics to wrap up the year. RAC Arena is in. We've got Julia Seymour in to talk about the events that are coming up there. Fresh and local cooking with Igor. We've also got some coloured spaghetti. And we've got Body Love Diary. We're talking about that with Cara Walker. And later, the Canning Show. That's coming up in November. We'll talk to them as well. And to close off the show, a little bit of fashion with Nisha. She's talking to a lovely lady that's got a local company, Lauren Chaplin. And we'll find out more about that one. Big show, 6:33, starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh.
It is our final show for 2018. We're taking a break. I'm going off to Athens for 3 weeks, and then we're reforming the studio into HD. So brand new shows in March next year. But let's get through this 2-hour special, and then we'll have repeats, of course, thanks to Foxtel. But opening the show today, 44 Degrees, a local band from New Zealand, living here in Perth. Amazing voice. They're going to shake the city. Here's their song.
Gray clouds paint a picture of how she used to be, and I can't always hear her, but not so distant memories, yeah. Well, I'm reminiscing about a place I once gone home. Smoke clouds fill the air, faces that I know, living life without a care. Like the Avon River flows, I flow with you, it's you flow with me all these years. To all my loyal friends, yeah, who've come and gone, still in my soul, and when I find exactly what I'm looking for, I'll be home, back in the arms of Shea City. Well, I've satisfied my needs here. With a lot of fun and games. I remember all the faces there. Ain't no point in saying names, 'cause you know who you are. And I'm sure you remember me. To all my loyal friends, yeah, who've come and gone, still in my soul, and when I find exactly what I'm looking for, I'll be home, back in the arms of Shake City, back in the arms of Shake City. Well, I'm reminiscing about a place I once called home. I said I'm reminiscing, yeah, about a place I once called home.
Fantastic work, guys. Felt like I was in a jazz bar, just chilling. All we needed was a cheese platter and maybe a glass of wine. Demelza, what do you reckon?
Yeah, why not?
Good music,
yeah.
eh? And you know music.
I do. That
know
was
it.
very kind of Fat Freddy's drop vibes coming along there.
Do you have to say Fat Freddy's?
Well, that's I didn't even think of it. That's the name of the band.
I can't believe you. No problem. I was going to come up with a couple of names.
There goes Demelza never coming back on the couch.
Oh,
again.
talking no music. Demelza, welcome to the
Hello.
couch.
On
Welcome.
that
Thank you
note.
for being part of the show this year. You've always come up with a really fantastic segment, and we've
Thank
got one
you.
today. We're going to start off today. Is it with Keith Urban? Some news about him.
Yes, so it's been announced this week that Keith Urban is going to host the ARIA, the 32nd ARIA Awards.
Now he's of course Nicole Kidman's husband.
Is Nicole Kidman's husband, and you know, there's a lot of people that probably when the announcement came out went, Keith Urban, really? Like,
Yeah.
and here's his accolades: 24 #1 US hits, 4 Grammy Awards, 12 Country Music Album Awards, and he's got a new album called Graffiti You, which is #1 on the ARIA charts
So he's
at the
earned his
moment.
stripes. He's also
He really
fantastic.
has. He hasn't necessarily done it in Australia. We're only starting to see him crack mainstream radio now, especially with the track we just played, which was Parallel Lines. But in America, he's really clocked the market.
And you know
over
what?
there.
Anyone that can be married to Nicole Kidman for this long and not have a nervous breakdown also deserves a bit of slack, I think.
He's doing well on
No, he's
that.
a great artist and good Australian as well.
Well, he is, and the way that he announced it, I quite like the way that he kind of came out and said that he was hosting. Is he did a bit of a comedy sketch with Richard Wilkins,
Comedy?
yeah,
Oh, yes,
to
on Channel
announce
9,
that
yeah.
he was a part of the hosting duties for the ARIA Awards. So it'll be very interesting to see how
Do you know
it
what?
goes.
It makes a difference from having a host. You've got a musician doing it, which I think is very good. And a
Yes.
single musician, I think he'll be very good.
I think, and when you look as well, he's done a lot with, I think it's The Voice over in America.
Yes.
You know,
Wasn't he a judge over
he,
there?
he
Yeah.
was a judge, so that TV element, he's quite good and comfortable
Might be
in
something
front
new
of.
he's moving into as well to add to his belt.
Well, that's it. Well, the nominations for the ARIA Awards will be announced in October, so let's hope this year we might see some more WA talent getting a few
Fantastic.
accolades.
No, looking forward to it. Bop.
Yes, so Hanson,
Bop.
Hanson, we spoke about them last year. They're coming back So they've been around for over
Well,
26
I
years
asked you
now.
that they've been gone, but you said no, they've been around. They keep
They
coming
have.
back.
They're one of those 90s bands that they do keep coming back. Now, they are touring Australia, unfortunately not Perth. They're not coming
There you go,
to
Perth,
the
you
west.
missed out.
Sorry, guys. Taylor, Isaac and Zach are not coming. This is Where's the Love, a string version of the song, which is accompanying their String Theory tour
Well,
and
how
their
old would
String
they be
Theory
now?
album.
In their 30s, you reckon? Maybe late 20s, 30s?
Isaac was, I think, he's the eldest. He was a year younger than me, so he'd be mid-30s, and they kind of fell
They still look good.
down to that. So yeah, maybe
Sound.
Zach late 20s.
So they're still under 35 anyway.
Yeah. So and this is on. They toured Australia last year as part of their 25th anniversary tour. So they are coming back, and the double album, which is the String Theory tour, is kind of complementing, is due out in November, just in time for Hanson fans for Christmas.
Fantastic. And you were saying to me, Australia loves Hanson.
Yes.
They found themselves a
Yes.
niche right here.
Well,
So-
look at how popular and successful they were back in the 90s. I Will Come to You, Where Is the Love, which we just heard, and Bop. You know, still
I still
huge
like it.
hits today. So.
Fantastic. And we've got R&B, the best, the
Yes.
finest is coming
so
to Australia.
R&B Fridays live tour is heading to Australia, and if you're into R&B music and even hip hop music, it is a great lineup. Usher and Little John will be headlining the tour, followed by Salt and Pepper, T-Pain, Trey Songz, Eve, Naughty by Nature, Genuine, Estelle next, and there's still one more to be announced if that wasn't already big
Do you know
announced.
that with the
enough.
grand final last weekend, I didn't realise, this is how stupid I am, is will.i.am part of the
Black
the
Eyed Peas?
Eyed Peas? I
Yes.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Because I saw him on an interview and I went, he's part of them?
Yep.
So
Black
there you
Eyed Peas, Apple Diab, and Taboo, and Fergie has left the Black Eyed
She's
Peas.
gone.
She has gone. There are rumours that Nicole Scherzinger is replacing her. She is on the new album that is coming out.
Fantastic.
But they're still yet to announce exactly how she's a part of that
And I'm
album.
sure they'll come to Australia because they absolutely love Australia. I heard them say it yesterday.
They
or last
do,
week.
they do. And one of the reasons why he was on the phone, it has just come out, he was on the phone whilst performing, was he was filming for his social media. So
Fantastic. And you reckon we'll get some big news? You know there's some big news with ABBA, the 2 new songs.
yes,
Apparently
for December we
CBS
said.
are bringing them out. So I
So,
can't wait for
Interesting. It'll be very interesting to look at the charts where ABBA's concerned around
that.
Christmas
Fantastic. Let's have a look at the top 3 songs for
time.
this
Yes,
week to wrap
let's
up the year.
do this. At number 3, Benny Blanco featuring Halsey and Khaled with Eastside.
Nice teeth.
And at number 2, it's Dean
recession
Lewis
never
with
come.
Be Alright. And at number 1, the catchiest song out at the moment, George Ezra with Shotgun.
I like this.
I love this song at the moment.
I like happy music.
Doing
There's too much
really
sad
well on
ballads
the
around,
chart,
don't you reckon?
so. Oh, and that's it. It's all. It should be. Now that we're heading into spring and summer, it should be those happy boppy tunes.
I agree with you. Well, Demelza, thank you very much. You've also got Boss Mode Radio still operating
Boss
throughout
Mode
the
Radio
rest of
is
the year.
still going strong. So
So people
yeah.
can check you out on that. Thank you for being part of the show this year.
Thank you for having
And
me.
we look part to having you bring me back some more ABBA news next year in March.
I will try my
Well
best to
done.
bring some more.
Thanks, Demelza.
Thanks, Fred.
Somebody else that's pretty happy to be on the couch today is our very own Nisha Seth. She's got a wonderful guest, as always, on centre stage. Over to you, Nisha.
Thank you, Fred. And I do like an upbeat musical song as well. From one upbeat to another really upbeat lady who's come onto the show and very courageous today, I'd like to introduce Stefania Little. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, Stefania. Now, you do a great job. You are one of the ambassadors or the representative here in Western Australia for Bow Group for Kids.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, tell us a bit about Bow Group for Kids and what they're all about.
We have support. We give out support and education for Hirschsprung's disease, along with a lot of other bowel diseases as well. We really encourage people to share their experiences, so then each person can give advice. Because with me having Hirschsprung's disease, another person can have pseudo obstruction, and we could kind of counteract and help out each other.
Yeah, look, and bowel awareness is extremely important, both for children and for adults. We've had a number of organisations on the show. For the audience that's not sure what Hirschsprung's disease is, can you tell us a bit about what it is?
So babies mainly that are born aren't born with nerves throughout the large intestine. So that leads to severe complications like constipation, bowel obstructions, and then most likely surgery in most cases. This can be very traumatic for mainly the parents, because if they're younger and babies, they don't really remember, although it can be distressing for them, although they won't remember.
Absolutely, and you're very passionate about this, and I said at the start that you're very courageous and you're upbeat, because it's amazing that you're sitting here telling us this story and being an ambassador for this, given you've gone through the same experience, quite a traumatic experience.
Yes, that's correct. I do have Hirschsprung's disease. I went through a lot as a child, doctors trying to figure out in the early 90s what was going on. Back then it was mainly a male disease, so when I was diagnosed with it, they had no clue how to deal with what was ahead of them. So they all tried, everyone at PMH, they really did try. I had to be kind of their guinea pig, but I'm alive and I'm okay.
And the amount of surgeries you've been through, as alongside, your mum's been there with you, but you've also had a daughter as well. So you've had that experience as a parent now too. Yeah.
Well, when she was born, she was actually passing the baby premeculum, I think it's called. And Mum and I were dancing around thinking that she didn't have it. Come day 4, she had a bowel obstruction and she had only 8 centimetres affected. So she had 30 centimetres cut out, but she's doing well. She's on medication, but she's doing really well.
So to ensure the audience understand, this is very serious and it's genetic as well.
Yes.
So there is 1 in 5,000 people, generally as a statistic.
Yep.
What can people do to get assistance at the moment? Because I hear that's a little bit of a challenge, particularly here in Western Australia.
If you feel like the doctor's not giving you the answers that sit right with you, really go for more options. Don't just sit at 3 and go, oh, it is what it is. Keep pushing, keep finding out what it is. Demand biopsies, because your child should not be uncomfortable. That's not the life that we were supposed to be brought up with. So really push for answers that sit right with you until you find that doctor that will actually listen.
Very important. And also Medicare don't cover it here in Western Australia at the moment, do they? It is covered in other states, is that correct?
That's for my sacral nerve stimulator. So Medicare...
Which is a little, just for the audience, it's actually a pacemaker that
pacemaker
requires
for my bowels.
Bowels, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not covered here under Medicare. It'll be great when it does, so that I don't have to go to Sydney.
Yeah.
But Sydney, Canberra and Melbourne all do it under Medicare. Not very often, but they do. There is that option.
Okay.
So
Stefania, once again, very courageous coming on, talking about Hirschsprung's.
Yep.
More importantly as well, what have you got planned this September?
We did a 7-kilometre walk, my first ever walk for the disease, and 70 people walked up. Okay. So that was pretty amazing. We had a barbecue after party thing after, had a raffle ticket drawn out, and we raised $450.
Wonderful. So that's a great fundraising event. Where can people find out more? Because we're running out of time and I want to hear more. So we'll definitely have another interview with you soon. But where can people find out more about the organisation and what you've got coming up?
You can follow me on Facebook, kicking Hirschsprung's disease in the arse.
Okay, fantastic. You can say that.
And bgk.org.au.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Stefania.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well done on being such a great ambassador, considering everything you've been through yourself as well. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
If you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page as well, and we'll have all the information there. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha, and thank you to Stefania. It is very brave. And the thing is, you really do need to get to the bottom of it. Pardon the pun, but you need to get on top of it because, you could be having it, you could be someone that's affected by it. And we're hoping to have Stefania back next year, maybe to give us some more information and support us through our knowledge, because I didn't know a lot about it either. So thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. After the break, we're going to talk to Ben Aylett about technology, and then we've got that man back again from Game On Oz, Pete Corelli. See you after the break. Welcome back to the couch. Time to talk technology with Ben Aylett. He's been gone for a few weeks, but he's back. Welcome back, Mr. Aylett.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Nice to have you back here.
That's good to be back.
Now, we've
Good to be
picked
back
some
on my feet.
topics. We're going to be talking about that Facebook hack that's just happened.
Yep.
But first, I thought we'd ask you a few questions from people.
All right.
Photos, accessing them from across other devices. Tell us how people can do that.
Oh, okay. One of the ways that I really recommend people do this is to use a system called Google Photos. So it's as simple as going to photos.google.com and you've got the app for your Android phone, your iPhone. It plays well with Apple, also works fantastically well with your PC, and you can set it up so when you take a photo with your phone, it actually gets automatically uploaded to your Google Photos account.
So like I do with Dropbox, you mean? So I take a photo and it goes, but Dropbox is nowhere near as good
Forget
as Google.
Dropbox. Yeah, this is all automatic, and you can choose to store it in what they call high resolution. It's not native resolution, but it is high resolution and it's unlimited storage.
And does it cost?
No.
Well, that is a lot. So how do I get rid of the Dropbox? I better write that down. Seriously, it's free.
Seriously, just go and look for your Google Photos app in the app stores. So your Apple App Store or your Android Play Store, you'll find it there. And on the web, when you use your computer or your MacBook, you go to photos.google.com and the latest photos you've taken with Google Photos will appear there pretty much straight away. So you don't even have to take your phone and whack a cable into it to transfer photos.
And you know what I love about that? I'm going over to Greece. Imagine taking 100 photos in Greece and going, oh my God, the phone's broken a week later. The photos have already gone over to the Google store.
As long as your phone is connected and online, and you can actually specify whether it's going to use Wi-Fi or it's going to use Wi-Fi and cellular.
Wonderful. Look it up because it sounds like a cheap way of doing what we do for $15 a month.
Exactly.
Thank you. Viruses, Trojans and other malware, what do they actually do?
This comes down to the old question of following the money. They used to be a hobby or something that people would do just to prove that they can do it. Nowadays, it's more of an organised crime mechanism to go and raise funds. They've even accused North Korea of using malware to raise funds for further operations. So whether it's a virus or malware or ransomware, there is always some sort of a dollar value attached to it, whether it is actually extorting money straight out of the victim or using a compromised computer in a network of other computers called a botnet to then go and do other things like spam email campaigns or sell computer time that's stolen from other people's computers to a different project. This is the dark side of the internet, and it is incredibly fascinating.
Do you know what amazes me? How many emails I get to fred@thecouch.com.au.
Yeah.
And then I think these are all weird emails. And they've got it off my website, off our Facebook page.
Yes.
So they've got really elaborate computer systems that steal your email address and then start sending you rubbish email.
Yeah.
And people don't know, and sometimes they reply to them, and you're better off doing what with those?
Just completely ignore them.
Delete them.
Don't even reply to them, just delete them, forget about them, and most of all, don't get tempted and don't click on links.
And you know what? They're doing it on mobile phones, folks, too. This week, I could have won about 9 of the new XS iPhones. They kept saying I was the lucky chosen one.
Oh yes, we're all the chosen one.
I'm trying to get a number. I've sent them all the money. I don't know when am I going to get my phone?
Yeah. But have you had the assassination attempt yet?
No, not yet.
No? Okay, they pretend that this guy sends you a text message saying, hey, I'm an assassin, I've been paid. It's insulting. It was like $1,500 to have me knocked off.
Yeah. Is that all?
I was deeply offended.
Yeah?
Deeply
And what do you have
offended.
to do to say, yeah, okay, go ahead? Why would they bother sending you those? That's so you pay them off.
So you pay them off to say, well, I'll forget about it if you pay me $3,000.
Geez, if only they had that a few weeks ago, Malcolm could have been safe, still in the job. The other one, do I really need to eject the USB? Now, I know a lot about this one because I upload our show to Foxtel every Sunday night.
Yes.
So that Foxtel can run it during the week.
Right.
But I've done that. I've just pulled out the USB and then it comes up with all these errors. And next time I plug in my USB, it's got all these, it wasn't shut down properly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is more of a safety mechanism. So you can rip a USB drive out. As long as you don't have any files open, you're usually pretty safe. But it's just that one time where you might have an antivirus scanner looking at it, or another file might be finishing a copy job, or that something might be happening to a particular file. If you pull it out halfway through the operation, that file is not going to finish writing properly, it's not going to close properly, and next time you try to use it, there's a good chance it'll be corrupted.
Now, I know my MacBook Pro, I do that. I eject it.
Yes.
Some people have got the Android computers or PCs, I guess.
PCs, yep.
Is it true
Windows.
they don't need to do that?
Oh, they do.
Oh, they do. So
Yep.
it's
Yep.
a fallacy.
It's universal.
Okay.
Whether you're using Linux, Windows, or Mac OS, if you've ever got a hard drive or any sort of drive which is storing a file on it, it's always a good idea to eject it or somehow shut it down electronically before you yank it out of the USB port.
All right, what's wrong with using public Wi-Fi? I know the City of Perth have got it in the city. Many
Yep.
councils are now spreading it out everywhere. Companies have got it. The
Yep.
airport's got it. Why shouldn't we use it, or should we? Is it
Well,
safe?
public Wi-Fi on its own is fine. However, there is nothing stopping me from taking a laptop and a couple of other devices and then going into a coffee shop and then pretending to be the wireless access point for that coffee shop. So people then connect to
you.
my wireless access point, which might be, Jim Bob's coffee shop, and I'll be doing all sorts of things like looking at what they're doing. I'll be the man in the middle. It's called a man in the middle attack, and I can see everything they're doing. So
You can
things
steal their
like
files.
usernames, passwords, encryption keys, email. Email is not encrypted. I can be watching email
Really?
email is unencrypted. And I can be watching that as it's going backwards and forwards from their mail client to their mail server. And if I get access to their mail account, I basically get the keys to their kingdom.
You can be sending out emails on their behalf to all these people and stealing their emails.
Stealing emails, or I can use their email address in the password recovery process, so I can take other things like your Facebook, Instagram, Gmail, and all the other services.
What a wonderful future to think of. I tell you
Yep.
what, I've got that many passwords. A lot of people get confused because I write my passwords down, to be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Yeah.
and I put them in a secret type of format so nobody else knows what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
add a letter here and a letter there.
Yeah.
But there are so many passwords now, and I wouldn't want mine to be stolen just by using a public Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's
Now-
right. Sorry, just back
Yep.
to the original question. So when it comes to using public Wi-Fi,
Yep.
I just absolutely do not use public Wi-Fi unless I absolutely need to. And if I need to, it's on and off just to check a certain something with no personal information disclosed.
Yep.
And I use a VPN if possible. And we can probably talk about that next time.
Thank you very much. And the last thing, the Facebook hack. What happened with that just recently, a couple of days?
This one, okay, there's a little thing at the end which is going to blow your mind. So if I haven't blown your mind, let me know. There were 40 million accounts
Yep.
were compromised with this little view as feature. So the vulnerability, it's using the view as feature on a Facebook page or a Facebook profile 3 times in 3 different ways, which will then give the bad guys access to what we call a session key. So when you pop in your username and password and you say, remember this device, that generates a session key for that device. So every time you go back to Facebook, your device says, hey, here's my session key, Facebook. Do you remember me? And Facebook goes, yep, no problems. I recognise that. The bad guys have got those session keys so they can then impersonate you on your device to say, hey, I'm Fred. I'm coming back onto Facebook. Do you remember me? And Facebook would say, yes. But in fact, you're Ben.
How do we stop that?
Okay, well, Facebook has already stopped it. So what they've done is they have deleted the session keys for the 40 million accounts they thought were affected,
Yep.
and then a further 50 million accounts that they thought may have been compromised, a chance that they may have been compromised because they used the View As feature in the last 12 months. So that is 90 million accounts.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
This is what's going to blow your mind.
Yep.
90 million accounts equates to less than 1% of Facebook's total
They
population.
wouldn't even feel it. 1%.
1%. There you go.
So
Mind
you can
blown.
see why Facebook probably won't care too much. 1% of the people.
They did the right thing, though.
Yeah, they did.
They notified everyone. They've investigated it and they've disclosed to the authorities and to the general public, which is the right thing to do.
Ben, what's your website?
BenAylett.com. So that's BenAYLETT.com.
And how can you help people? In what sort of ways?
All sorts of ways. So anything to do with technology, cybersecurity, streaming, consulting, anything. I just
Fantastic.
love helping people with
It's been a
technology.
pleasure having you on the show this year, and as
Always a
always,
pleasure.
look forward to next year.
I'll catch
At
you
6 p.m. You can still be there on Monday nights.
6 p.m. every Monday. Sorry, 6 p.m. every Monday night from 8:20 p.m. to 9 p.m. You catch me there.
Thank you very much. Sort of depressed us with all that hacking information. Let's hope Nick and Frankie can make us smile a bit. Over to you two guys.
You know, Nick, it never ceases to amaze me how Fred can just lift the bar every time he does introductions for us on this show.
I know. I'm going to take a leaf from his book.
You should take 2.
What about 3?
Well, whatever.
His
Hey,
book's
listen-
only got 3 sheets.
Listen, all that aside, right? And you're ready to do this today?
I'm always ready, Frankie.
That's good, because last time we were on this show, we couldn't do the song because of your shenanigans.
Ah, you see, I'm really looking forward to a sing-along with you today, Frank.
Well, I'm hoping so, because, you know, I worry about you, Noise.
Don't have to worry about me today, Frankie.
I'll get this guitar here and then we'll get on with this song, and hopefully today, no mucking around, we'll do that. Really?
Is there a problem?
Yeah, what's with this ridiculous headgear?
Ah, you see, I got a plan. I got a deal.
A deal? You got a deal?
Yeah, you know merchandising?
Merchandising what?
Well, you see, I wear the cap.
Yes.
On a program like this, the cap gets promotion and the company slips me a...
A what?
You know,
Oh, you mean money?
well, if you want to be crude about it, maybe, yeah.
How much? What? Why are you leaning into me like that and mumbling out of the corner of your mouth?
Frankie, it's industry standard.
What industry? What standard?
Our industry, performing.
What are you talking about?
Look, you never say numbers out loud. You never know who might be listening.
What numbers? I can't make a number out of that mumble.
Really?
No.
Well, it's just...
Oh, so you promote that hat on this show?
I do.
You do?
You got to never... Look, all you need to do, all you need to know is you wear this hat
Yes.
in a performance situation
Like
like
this,
this,
yeah.
and the hat, well, the product gets promoted
Yes.
on the program, and the company slips me out.
The company slips you up.
Yes.
But no one watches this show.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Why not?
Because it's money for Jam. You just got to wear it, and they'll give you the money. It's
you the money.
fantastic.
All right, so how much again? I think I heard a numbers in it. What are you shushing me?
You can let the cat out of the bag, mate.
Cat, what? But look, can we just do this song?
Sure, we'll do the song.
All right, I'll get this guitar again, and hopefully this time we can get through this stupid thing. Noise, you know, really, do I have to ask?
What?
What's with the Sunnies?
I told you, it's promotions and merchandising and everything. I told you about that before.
You look like a ridiculous Roy Orbison.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's not a compliment.
Oh, who's Roy Orbison?
Never mind. Listen, you look ridiculous.
Okay. Well, look, I know that I'm Nick the Noise. I know these things. I know sales and everything about this kind of business. And I'm Nick the Noise. I just know these things.
You're Nick the Noise and you know these
I
things.
know. I am.
Well, I don't like any bit of this, all right? And I especially don't like that headband. It's not part of our look.
It's not a headband. It's a hachimachi.
Whatever! Did you pass this by Fred?
Fred. Oh, yeah, Fred knows. He's getting a deal, aren't you? Fred's getting a cut.
How come I didn't know about it?
You didn't ask. Oh, you weren't at the meeting.
What meeting?
The meeting you weren't at.
All right, so how much is he getting? That's a good number.
Yeah, I know. I thought
That's
you'd like
a
that
really
one.
good number.
And that's just the start.
That's the start?
That's just the start. Here, stick these on.
Now, hang on a second. Wait a second here. You're getting a cut.
Yeah.
Fred's getting a cut.
Well, yeah.
Probably Adrian, the director, is getting a cut.
Adrian is, yeah. Ben doesn't know anything about it, though.
Adrian is too. Look, what about me?
Oh, you want in?
Well, not really, because it's all very unsavoury. I don't like all these backhanded, backdoor deals. You
Here,
know, all
stick
these
this
things
on. Yeah, there we are.
It's a bit big.
Well, the fatter the head, the more money.
And how much do I get for wearing this?
I haven't finished yet.
I heard that number. That's
I know
a good
you,
number.
you'd probably like that one.
I like
It's
that
a
number.
great
It's
number,
a very
that.
good number. Very
Here, stick
nice
these
number.
on.
Stick these on?
Yeah.
And how much do I get for these?
Oh.
Do I look sexy in this?
Well, you look like a white Ray Charles,
Do
really.
I?
Yes.
I'm not, but I like the numbers I heard.
You like the numbers?
I'm hearing clearly now. All the
Now,
numbers.
you
industry
think
standard.
they're really good?
Yes.
This is the
This one.
granddaddy of them all.
What's going on
yes,
here with
sirree.
this? What's with this?
Corporate
Hold
sponsorship.
it up.
Corporate sponsorship.
That's too high. That's too high. They can't see it.
What?
What does fun time mean?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I don't
We're
want to
going to be
know.
rich.
But this
We're
is
going to
good.
be rich.
Call for sponsorship.
We're
I like it.
in the money.
You sold me.
We're in the money. We're singing the song.
La, 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 la. Woo!
Yep, guys, don't give up your day jobs, and can we make sure we escort them out of the building. See you next year, guys. Yeah, lovely, lovely act. Beautiful. Mr. Corelli, Pete Corelli's with us.
Hello,
nice
Fred.
to have you in the studio.
Great to be here.
Games, and you're from Game On Oz.
That's right.
I'm getting used to the name now. Game On Oz.
Yeah,
what a
you're doing
wonderful
very well with it
organisation. Now, today, because it's our last show, we've given you 9 minutes, so we're giving you an extra
9
minute.
minutes?
An extra minute.
Oh, geez, okay.
Not that we don't need it.
Better bring out the big guns.
We thought we'd talk about the top 10 game ideas leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
And we've got 10. I've got a list there. Did you want to preface anything, or you straight into it?
Ah, let's go straight into it.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yes, that's right. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it is out now across all platforms. This is the third installment in the franchise for current generation consoles, your PS4s, your Xbox One. The 12th Tomb Raider game overall, so it's been going for a while, and it continues on from the events of 2015's Rise of the Tomb Raider, where Lara Croft has to race to stop a Mayan apocalypse that she released. Beautifully set in exotic locations, as you can see, and chock full of the mind-bending puzzles that the Tomb Raider series has become so well known for. So what we're going to be doing, over this top 10 is really, if you're someone looking for a gift idea, if you pick up any one of these in time for Christmas, you're doing well. Okay.
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man, yes.
I like Spider-Man.
Man after my own heart, this game. Absolutely spectacular. Bursts onto the scene for PS4 exclusive. Standalone Spider-Man game that draws inspiration from the latest Marvel Universe movies, but still goes about its own business. Plays very similar to the Batman Arkham series, which is a very, very good thing, let me tell you. You can spend hours just swinging, checking out the scenery, as you can see here around New York, doing side quests, or dive into a very immersive story-driven campaign. Best part about it, if you're a fan of the Marvel movies, Spider-Man is just full of the great Easter eggs that we know Marvel is so well known for.
Just a quick question. Does it matter whether there have been movies that makes them so popular, like Tomb Raider, Spider-Man, or both movies, both TV series, or one
Yeah,
TV
not
series?
necessarily. I mean, Tomb Raider, the movies came about because of the video game.
Okay.
Whereas, Spider-Man, the video games came about because of the
magazine
movies and the
and
comic books and all that sort of stuff.
And what about FIFA 19?
FIFA 19, you got to have a soccer game in there somewhere, and FIFA 19 for me is the pick of the bunch. It's out now, and it wouldn't be a year complete without this new soccer game. It's still my pick. FIFA 19 sees the conclusion of Alex Hunter's story in The Journey, which is this title's campaign mode. Not many changes from 18, however, EA keep pumping resources into FIFA Ultimate Team. It's almost like a live season that is always throwing updates at you, so there's a reason to keep coming back to it week after week. Incredible longevity when it comes to a sports game, which for me is still EA's strength is the field. So really a lot to like about this one, and something that'll keep you going for quite some time.
I think after last week's grand final, we're bound to have an Eagles game, because that's all they haven't done.
Well, just quickly, if you go to the Game On Australia podcast,
Yep.
right, we catch up with a bloke by the name of Daniel Visser from Wicked Witch Software, who gives us all the details about AFL Evolution being released in 2019. So,
Fantastic.
Yep.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 4.
Yes, a absolute favourite, the Call of Duty series, and this is by a company called Treyarch. These are my favourite Call of Duties. This is the one that the beta went live in late September for the new Blackout Battle Royale mode, and I couldn't put it down, and I sense that we have a real competitor for PUBG and maybe even Fortnite. And as I mentioned, it's a Treyarch Call of Duty. It's my favourite. It means a very in-depth zombies mode full of Easter eggs, which will have you and your co-op buddies hammering away for a long time to come. Multiplayer is always really fluid and smooth in Black Ops 2, so looking forward to seeing this and what it brings. Out October 12 across all platforms, so we're talking Xbox One, PS4, PC. Get it on PC. It's going to play beautifully there.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers. This is the fighter's fighter for Nintendo Switch players, and the roster is absolutely extraordinary. Now, when I say roster, I'm talking about the amount of characters that you can actually play as in this particular game this time around. Now, we know that there are 68 that have been announced so far, but those are only the ones that we know about. So there's always really extra special Super Smash Brothers characters that are coming out. Here you can see a little bit of gameplay of a new character called King K. Rool, which gamers might remember from the old original Donkey Kong series. But if you don't have a Super Smash Brothers in your collection, you're doing something wrong as a gamer, I reckon.
Now, this one must be an Italian game, because what does Forza mean in Italian?
Forza!
Means force or something. Power.
It's something. I don't know.
bet you it means nothing in this game.
Question without notice. Thanks.
Forza Horizon number 4.
Forza. It means good. It means great.
Yeah.
It means get this. But Forza Horizon 4 is for Xbox and PC. It's out now, and this is as beautiful as they come when it comes to being a racer. So if you want a racer, this is the pick of the bunch for me. Cars handle very accurately. All of the major brands are well represented. Wow. Over 1,000 cars to choose from in this game, and the most incredible thing that I really like about it is the game feels like a living, breathing world thanks to other real-world players driving around in your session as well that you can connect with and race with at any given time. So
I wonder if they've got the Hyundai Excel.
You know what? That's an interesting question. I will find that out for you, and I'll drop it on the Game on Australia Facebook page.
You are a Mega Man, not 1, but 11. Mega Man 11. What's that one all about?
So Mega Man, the reason why I included this on the list is because we haven't had a proper true to the story Mega Man since about 2008. So 10 years between Mega Man series. This was the first game I ever played on the Nintendo Entertainment System back in the 90s. Wow. So I have a special place in my heart for this, but as you can see, it's brand new. But the beautiful thing that they've done about this game is they've updated the graphics. They look absolutely spectacular. All the designs are a little bit newer. It's a beautiful 2D platformer, but they've kept all the great basic gameplay stuff that makes Mega Man such a great game to play. And if you're going to get it on any console, Nintendo Switch is the one.
Sounds fantastic. And you're right about the graphics. They look amazing, all those clips we've seen. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, so Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this is actually a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, made by the same guys who make the Grand Theft Auto series, so it's got an incredible story to it. For followers of Red Dead Redemption, you're going to absolutely love this one. We've learned a fair bit about it. There's a lot of in-real-life stuff when it comes to this particular game, but the one thing that is going to blow people's minds about this. If you were ever going to want to buy a game, it'd be for this reason. The horses that you can ride in the game, their testicles grow and shrink depending on the weather. So this is the sort of in real life stuff that I'm talking about that Rockstar is so well known for when it comes to being in depth about making a game feel as close to the real experience as possible.
They've got the balls for this game, obviously. PlayStation Classic, that would be more my style.
Yeah, so the PlayStation Classic, this comes off the back of the Nintendo Entertainment System and Super Nintendo Entertainment System Mini Classics. Very, very spectacular. As you can see it on screen, it looks like the original PlayStation, only 45% smaller. Just sort of taking on the fact that, you know, everybody's loving their retro and going about it. Includes 20 games on it. You saw there that one of the original Tekkens is on it. Final Fantasy VII is on it. Still a few other games we're yet to hear. 2 full-size controllers in it as well. $150. A few people out there that are naysayers going too expensive. We can do it better on other consoles you can get, but you know, if you're a gamer, you'll know why that this is pretty special and important to have in your collection.
And the final one, let's give a mention to Anthem. You have to pre-order for this one.
That's right. So you can't actually get this out yet, and you won't be able to get it for Christmas, but it's a special mention because this game looks just incredible. It looks like the ultimate co-op for next year. It's EA's next big AAA platform game. As you can see there, it just looks absolutely
amazing.
Like
the robot from Lost in Space.
Well, we're all very excited. These things on screen, these mechs, they're called Javelins. There's 4 different ones. It's going to be very co-op, and also I can't even. Like, that's how I feel about this game. I can't even. You've got to pre-order this and get yourself ready for February 2019 when the beta goes live.
Fantastic. Thank you for that wrap. What's happening with Game on Oz through now to the new year?
So a couple of big things on the cards. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have episode 100 with a whole heap of really big guests. And if you want all the details, of course, head to the website, gameonoz.com, and also find us on Facebook, iTunes, podcasts, all that other stuff.
Been a pleasure having you on the show this year. I hope you join us again next year.
I'm looking forward to it.
Keep following Pete Corelli again as well from 3 to 5 on 94.5, Mix 94.5 or mix.com.au.
That's right.
In the afternoons, Monday to Friday. Made in Perth, not just played in Perth. Thank you very much for being part of the show.
Good stuff, Fred.
And you've been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Now, there you go. You're up to date with all your Christmas gifts except for that pre-order, the anthem. We'll take a quick break. After the break, guess what? To destabilise things, the bitching team is back. Stay tuned. You're watching the final edition of The Couch for 2018. See you soon. Welcome back to The Couch, our final for 2018, and how nice is it to have our regular team on the Bitchin' team. Let me introduce them. We've got Chris Hillsley from 882 6PR. Welcome back.
Good evening.
Jen Merrigan from haveagonews.com.au.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And of course, he's sort of like the king or the prince of the Bitchin' segment.
We're not allowed to call him Ted anymore. You know that is royalty. He has to be referred to now as Edward.
Edward.
Well, there you go.
I don't think I'm not an Edward. Do you think I'm?
No, God, no.
Although it's interesting that because I'm an aged gent in some ways now, I find that when I'm working with younger people, they feel more comfortable calling me Teddy.
You must find that a lot then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I suppose you wouldn't like anyone calling you
What is your wife calling you?
My wife calls me darling, love, beautiful, handsome,
Not
Mr.
tonight.
Sensational.
And don't forget the big one, not tonight,
we need
Ted.
we need to have a chat
Welcome
to
back.
about his hallucinations.
What does she really call you?
What does she call me? Oh,
What do
gee, I don't know. Well, yeah, I suppose she calls me... No, she calls me Ted and I'm in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ted, love, darling. What's the first story that you're talking about
Well,
today?
I'm talking about magpies, and I don't mean that funny footy season, which is well and truly over now, but I'm talking about those other magpies, and it's sort of some people... Well, the birds, and some people are caught between a rock and a hard place. With a magpie, it's caught between a beak and a hard place, namely people's heads.
I've never seen a magpie scoop on anyone.
Haven't you ever experienced it?
No, only on Neighbours do they raise the attention. They all wear these helmets with these spiky things.
Yeah, for bike riders.
Oh, mate, they are serious, and if they get you, they damn well
I've seen
hurt.
on the
I'll
news
tell
only
you.
the last couple of days, a couple of kids have had their eyes taken.
They have, and the argument comes up what you should do. Well, you shouldn't drop to the ground because the Maggie goes, ha ha ha!
Gotcha!
No, you should just keep your head down and go for it.
Carry
or
it.
what kids used to do back in the days when my kids were at school, which was a few years ago, they used to get ice cream containers. They'd take the ice cream out first,
Right.
put it on the head, and draw eyes on the.
And why is
ice.
that? What does that
Well, so the
distract them?
magpie would go, "Oh, there's an ice cream container. I'll pick that." However, the latest research suggests the reason why they do it, it's not so much territorial as they are suffering from what are known as blue balls.
Blue balls?
Well, because the lady Maggies are looking after the little baby Maggies, and so Mrs. Maggie hasn't time for pleasure.
So
You mean to say that the Maggie's sweeping us because he's cranky because he's not getting a bit?
He's horny.
He is. He's like, yes, he is.
It's true.
He's,
When
he's
they're
a horny
nesting,
Maggie.
The one thing
Sexual frustration.
The one
that's
thing
what
I
it
did read is that when they're nesting, the male's testosterone level goes through the roof.
And it would be hard with a wing. They don't have a hand or anything.
What does he mean by that?
Jen got it, but that's about all. But that's okay.
Oh, no.
I have no idea what he's
You've heard of the
talking about.
expression on a wing and a prayer?
Had nothing to do with it. So what should we do? What do you reckon the problem is?
I reckon is, just...
Should we bring in surrogate non-mum magpies to step in and fill the role?
I think this is what we need. We need magpies.
Sort of like lane trees for magpies?
So around the corner from us at work, there's a few flashing light places. Maybe we could have one specially for magpies.
Maybe Jen can write a story for haveagonews.com.
Yeah, well, this is all about having a go, isn't it?
Well,
yes.
Well, the whole thing is he's having a go because he's not getting a
Now,
go.
look, what boggles me most of all, you guys are making light of this very important subject. I mean, if you're a magpie,
serious matter.
if you're a magpie, a male magpie, and your testosterone is going through your wings, I mean, you would sort of say, well, there is something. Is that hairy down there? I'll go for that.
Well,
and that's what they do.
You know
So
what
why
they've
the eyes
discovered?
and not
We
anything
have
else?
a couple of golf golf courses we go to have swooping magpies.
Yeah.
Magpies have realised that they don't mess with 7-irons.
There you go. Oh,
Well, you can't do that
Carry a
because they're
cricket bat.
protected species. I mean, someone once said that if a dog bit you in the park, which is a funny place to be bitten in your park, but if a dog bit you in the park, they would destroy the dog. But the difference is the Maggie,
it's
the Maggie's, it's a native.
Yeah.
And I have to say they are my favourite bird.
Well, that's
I love their
something
call.
too.
But I'll tell you something, if you feed magpies, we feed magpies.
I hope
they
they're not
don't
your favourite
swoop.
football team.
I
They
think-
don't swoop.
that's not
And you know why they don't swoop?
Watch
They
out.
never swoop the hand that feeds them.
Watch out over summer. Now you know what the problem with magpies are, and I don't know why they swoop at the eyes and not other parts of the body if they're sexually frustrated, but that's okay.
No, well, they lift.
Well, I'm glad they don't go for other parts of the body if they're sexually frustrated.
Well, it's because it's what's pointing up towards them.
Yes.
See, the kids are going like that. And,
Looking up.
I mean, if other parts were pointed in their direction, perhaps then there'd be a peck.
Yeah,
So if those
peck
kids
for
had
a
been
peck.
wearing sunglasses, it
Well,
probably
that's
would have
true,
been
yeah,
better.
That gives a
wearing
whole
an-
new meaning to the term Peter Piper picked a
peck
peck of pickled peppers.
I know
on
Peter
that
Piper
note.
picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where the pickled peppers the Peter Piper picked?
Jen might be able to
getting
tell us when you
exhausted
tell us
just
what your
listening
story is. Thank you.
Mine's a bit more serious.
What? You're telling me mine wasn't serious? I'm going.
Icehouse had a song about yours, Ted.
Are you
Nothing
covering
too
the
serious.
leadership of the Liberal Party again?
You what, darling?
Are we covering the leadership?
No. I think that's
More like the
we'll not
leadership
worry.
of the
What are we?
tram.
What are we
Yeah.
doing?
This is a story from Professor Peter Newman from Curtin, who's
It's not Peter Newman. It's another man.
Another Peter Newman, who is a professor of sustainability. And he's talking about that Perth should look at getting trackless trams.
What a trackless tram.
Trackless trams.
Actually, I thought the same thing.
That is a trackless tram.
Let's have a look.
Yeah. Now,
Just hold it up to the
Hold
camera
up the
here.
camera, the
camera
camera.
one.
the camera, sorry.
Camera one. Tilt it forward. Useless,
fine,
but that's
this
okay.
doesn't matter.
I was just trying you out on camera. But these are based. They look like trams. If people have been in Melbourne, they look like trams, but they have tyres instead of going on tracks.
Yes,
So
so,
what's
they've
the
actually
difference
got
having a
rubber
bus?
tyres, and the technology's been created in
That's like a
Europe and
triple
China.
articulated
Yeah.
bus.
And this has gone out in Zhujiao, I think it's pronounced,
China.
in China. And they did the trial last year in
Did they really?
2017.
How exciting.
Yes,
I
very.
wish I'd have been there.
Now, wouldn't you love to see trams
Well-
back on the street?
well, I mean,
I'd love to see real trams, but I don't know if I'd like. if I see a bus, it's
Well, I mean,
Well, these are actually better because they can carry more people.
yeah, but how? But they still take up the road.
Yeah,
the
but
idea of trams is-
they're basically on rubber tyres. So
Really?
Yes.
on rubber tyres.
Yes.
What a breakthrough!
So you don't need all the
And
infrastructure.
Rita
so it's not going
Saffarotti's
to
probably
become like
onto it.
it's not going to
You
become.
really want this, Jen?
I
don't
do.
you? You
I
are
do.
fired up.
I lived in Melbourne
You're
for
like
years.
a
I
you're
love
like
trams.
you're like a male magpie. in spring.
But they carry more people, and
Yeah.
the infrastructure can be installed in
They
a
look
weekend.
very
So it
comfortable.
won't end up like Sydney with that
Yeah.
silly.
Well, they still have the ding, ding, ding,
Well, I hope so.
Well,
It's part of
I
the
mean, be
fun.
very careful
that
what
what
you
it's
say about
about?
Sydney and trams, because I am the grandson of a Sydney tram driver and a son of a tram driver
Well, I
as well.
gathered you were a grandfather.
Yes.
What's been happening in Sydney? They've been installing that
Light
light
rail
rail,
stuff, yeah.
and it's wiping out businesses, and it's taking.
How's it wiping
Isn't
out
it funny that-
Because
yeah.
they're closing down all the streets.
Well,
that-
they got rid of the monorail.
Yes.
Which
Yeah,
was
yeah,
amazing. I thought was a good
I
thing.
love that monorail.
So did I. I thought it was
Yeah.
just different, and they got rid of that. And now they're getting. There's no more trams. I don't think.
No,
in Sydney
no,
anymore.
no,
That's
so
gone.
they-
1956 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh, Sydney a long time
So
ago. Yeah.
what's
back in
what's
the
the
50s.
story here? Do we all support having another transport system in Perth, or
Well-
do you think we've got enough?
I think that what could happen with this is it could increase capacity.
Yep.
Which we're going to have to. Our infrastructure's changing. We're going to have
probably cheaper
another
than power.
mining boom in a way, and more people will come and live here. But cheaper to power, easy to power up.
Yep.
The only problem is, Jen, if we're just talking Perth
Yeah.
is a bit like LA, where we're so car focused.
Yes,
But
we
we're
love
also
our cars.
spread out. That's what we forget.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
forget how spread
It's a big
out
city.
Perth is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet
Yeah.
Sydney and Melbourne and London, New York, Paris, can I drop any other city I've been to recently?
They're all compact. They're all very compact. I mean, Perth occupies the same greater area than metropolitan London with a fraction of its population.
Sounds fantastic.
And if you think about the tram system in Melbourne, that only goes to a certain,
I love it too. I love
zone out of the city, and then you go into trains. And
But
buses.
the beauty of Melbourne is it was designed for the trams. The trams went into Melbourne and they never left.
Yeah.
So everything in Melbourne has been designed around the trams.
Chris, we need to move on to you.
Yes.
This is, I think that the tram's a great idea anyway. Let's hope
Yeah, good idea. Question. Should employees keep their salary a secret? You might have caught up with the story recently. Well, in some cases, I'll tell you right now, I am contractually obligated to do so. Right? If I told you my salary, I would be in breach of contract.
No, I get what you mean. I think
And
that you shouldn't
a
need
lot
to
of
keep
people would
salary.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ted? I mean, you were at the ABC a long time.
Well, I
Were you
was,
on a
yeah,
set
and
salary or were you on a contract?
No. I wasn't on a contract. I was staff.
Michelle Guthrie wasn't there at
staff.
the time.
That's why they couldn't get rid
But
of
this
me.
is this is a very socialist thing. This is what the Labor Party. Well, it's it's something about people should be able to tell their workmates what they're earning.
What's the
Because
reason,
what was it
though?
Tanya Plibersek said? It results in greater fairness among team members.
Well,
that's
see,
just
with
crap.
I think it's different. If you're a public servant, yes.
But then, let's be honest, with public servant, if you're on, I don't know, the staff still exists, but I was, I think, grade 4, so anybody, because they knew I was grade 4, could see what I was being paid.
Well, level 4 would
If
be
I was,
$100
level
grand
4,
now.
same, yeah. Whereas those on contract, some of those high-profile ABC people,
You're on hundreds of thousands.
and then I think, as you were saying, outside in the rest room,
it's a
that
fraction of what
they're
they'd be
earning
paid
it,
in the commercial world.
yeah.
Well, it'd be like saying, like someone like Alan Jones is on about $8 million a year. It's been reported, right? But we don't really know exactly what he's
And
on.
it's-
But
I don't think it's any of our
what
business.
benefit is it to any of us knowing what
No,
Chris
no.
earns, what I earn?
I
I think in a private
Well, you
job,
can know what I earn, but then all you do is know the definition of poverty.
Well, I mean, I'm the definition of below
That's
poverty.
do you think there's
I
any
pay nothing.
there's any occasions where it is okay to tell
Nothing.
people what you earn? I think the public service, if you're getting paid by the taxpayer, but then there are those people that are doing specialist jobs.
Yeah.
But I reckon this story was amazing when it first came out years ago.
Yep.
They went on about Alan Bond and his tax evasion. Alan Bond got a bloke from the tax office to handle his tax affairs.
Yep.
Right? And this guy had worked in what they called the Legislation Interpretation Department of the tax office.
So he knew all the
So what
fine
happened
print.
was Alan Bond paid this guy a fortune to come and work for him to legally manage his tax affairs. In other words, this former public servant was being paid far more to circumvent the rules than to enforce them. Now imagine if they said, no, this guy's saving us millions and millions of dollars by bringing in tax revenue. We want him at the tax office, we'll pay him more money. You know, what would have happened? There'd have been this $1 million fat cat would have been the headline.
And I guess the big question is, did it help Alan Bond in the end, and did he take it with him and his tax advisor?
Is the general
I don't know, maybe there were 2 coffins for
Is the
Hattie
general
with burying
agreement
his
there's
money.
no real any
Yeah,
point
never
in telling
thought of that,
people what
did
the
you?
salaries of people are? No need for it. Can I just wrap it up because he's giving me the wind up there?
Is he?
Thank you very much
I was
to
just
all
winding him
3
up,
of
I
you
thought.
for making the time to be on the show this year. It's been a pleasure. We've enjoyed it. We hope you're back next year. To Ted, thank you very much. Of
Oh,
course, Curtin Radio is
love
still
it,
on
mate.
Saturdays.
Good fun.
Brecky. Jen, of course, haveagonews.com.au.
And pick up a hard copy if you're in WA.
Thank you very much. And you can also see it online, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. And of course, Chris Ilsley, till the end of the year on Perth Tonight,
Yes.
which is of course on 6PR, Monday to Friday from 8 to midnight. And you can listen to it live, 6pr.com.au. And
We'll
watch
see you
Chris
next
as
year,
well.
Ted.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're
That's
Ted.
Fred.
He's Ted. Fred.
Ted,
Chris.
Jen.
We'll take a break. That's Bitchin' for 2018. They'll be back next year. Lots of fun. And we'll see you on the other side of this break as well. Thank you. Well, welcome back to the couch. It's time to talk about RAC Arena here in Perth. New name, fantastic venues, and also fantastic events. Julie Seymour, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Look, with all these events coming up, we're closing down for the year, but you guys are still working right non-stop into the new year and beyond.
We just get busier and busier, I think. As we get close to Christmas, everyone winds down and we wind up.
I know. Are you guys doing anything for the Eagles?
Oh, actually, yes, we did. We have a big beacon and we lit it up yellow and blue in preparation.
Well done.
So
Do
it
you
was shining bright today.
And I do love your RAC logo. Your new one is blue and yellow as well, which is perfect.
Yep.
And that's your new name now because they're the sponsors of the arena. Of course, for people who haven't caught on over East, RAC Arena.
Yes, they're our
Fantastic.
new naming partners. We're very excited about it.
And you've got some great events today, so I'm going to go straight in because this is our last show. Let's talk about the Perth Wildcats. Now, tell us about what we can expect to see and what they're all about.
Right, well, they're kicking off very shortly, starting on the 14th of October, so that's coming up super soon. That's the first home game of the season, is the Wildcats versus the Illawarra Hawks. Oh, that's a mouthful. So we definitely want to see the whole Red Army down there. You know, we want to see a sea of red.
And we're talking
heading
about
to
the
arena.
2018-2019 because obviously they start in
Yes,
October
that's right.
and go through to next year. Look at the footage. It's amazing. The arena is an amazing venue. There's lots of stuff there, food and drinks. You can even have corporate boxes and all that sort of stuff. Tickets are available for the 14th of October game. Now, we want them to go online to rocarena.com.au, check out your seating prices and all that. So we won't tell you prices because it's all depending on where you want to sit, different stages. Fantastic event.
Yes,
I can't
we're
wait to
super
go.
pumped.
Wonderful. Let's talk about Def Leppard. Now, I asked you if you remember them, and you said you do. And I thought, gee, that's... Anyway, let's have a look at this because it is amazing to see Def Leppard back here in Perth as well. We're getting all the big names.
I know, it's very exciting. Well, I think Perth is ready to get rocked. You know, they're ready.
Good, good segue to the song.
Thank you.
What makes it such a special show? Of course, the arena is incredible. When you think of the acoustics, how many people does it hold?
15,000.
15,000 people, fans of Def Leppard. The actual show is on the 2nd of November.
That's right.
And you can also get your tickets at rocarena.com.au, funny enough. All the tickets are there. Now, I'm going to keep telling you until you remember that address. We want you to come. It says only going to be one show.
Yes, that's right. And it's a very special one because it's just the Hysteria album and it's celebrating the 31st anniversary of that. So it's only that album. It's going to be awesome.
So if you don't see this, you're going to miss out.
Definitely.
Because you're not going to see them in Perth for a very long time, I would say. The next event that we're talking about is, of course, Florence and the Machine. And that's happening on the 12th of January. Tell us about that.
Well, Florence is just a wonderful performer. She's very floaty, she's very free when she's on stage, and she hasn't been here since 2015, so it's great to welcome her back.
She's wonderful. She's got an unusual look, and but the voice is just amazing. Big fans, 15,000 people want to sell out the arena. She's doing one show, 12th of January. Of course, again, Florence and the Machine. You're only going to see them at the arena. So go to the website, rocarena.com.au. Anything else you want to add about that one?
Just there's so many great songs that you just don't want to miss. You know, this one, Dog Days Are Over, you know, Never Let
Dog
Go.
Days Are Over.
Oh, why are we getting Florence here?
I could be her double if anything happens.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, we've got your
her
number.
triple, actually, as well. The next one, this one, I said to Marika, your boss there at the arena, I said, I wouldn't mind a couple of tickets because I love Grease. I'm a bit old-fashioned, you know, Saturday Night Fever, Grease. Do you remember Grease?
I love Grease. It's one of my favourite musicals.
Richie Valens and all that sort of thing. Now, this is coming. Is there only one show or you're going to have a few?
We're actually having two shows. It's on the
Only
one
two?
day. We have a 2 p.m. and a 7:30 p.m.
Well, for those people who missed out on Grease, of course, Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta within the original movie. This hasn't got either of those two, but you've got an amazing cast. The arena's going to look beautiful. What can we expect?
It's going to be amazing. They're actually getting a lot of Perth students involved as the chorus, which is so great, and you can hear all your favourite hits, you know, Grease is the Word, Hopelessly Devoted to You, Grease Lightning, Summer Nights, they have them all.
Which is the one that you've practiced or sung a few times?
Oh, you can't ask me that.
Summer lovin' had me or something.
You have your blast.
Yeah.
It happened so fast.
I think so.
You met a girl crazy for you. It's all right. I got you back.
Met
I'll
a
do it.
boy cute as can be. I'm singing the wrong part, but it doesn't matter.
That's all right.
That show is on only once. Two shows on that one day. It's going to be on the 19th of January. Tickets will sell very quickly. Christmas is coming up. Get your tickets now as Christmas presents.
Oh, great
we want
idea.
you to, don't you reckon?
Definitely.
rocarena.com.au. Surprised about that email address. The final show, Phil Collins, You Can't Hurry Love, and You Can't Hurry Us up here on the couch. Now, Phil Collins, amazing. Genesis was his band as well. But it is so good to see him back singing in front of a huge audience. What can we expect for this one? A big show?
Well, actually, people were so excited about Phil Collins that he's now doing two shows. We've got him for the 28th and the 29th, so we're super excited about
28, if you've missed out on what he looks like, that's him there. And he looks pretty good, and he still looks a lot like that, to be honest with you. He's got a little bit more hair these days. And there he is there, 28th and 29th, 2 shows. Again, it's in January. Christmas presents, folks. Who would not want to go to a show like that?
It's actually going to be great because his son is now the drummer in his band, so you can see the whole Collins family all together.
Fantastic. And will you be that one as well?
Definitely. I'll be down the front dancing.
Do you get to go to all the events just to make sure they're all being run properly?
Oh, just to double check that everything's going smoothly, of course.
See, I'd be willing to come along just to serve the ice cream and just escort people to the seats. They're all fantastic shows. We've got the Perth Wildcats coming up 14th of October. Death Leopard coming up on the 2nd of November. We've also got Florence and the Machine on the 12th of January. Then Greece, the Arena Experience, which will be an experience, 2 shows, matinee and night. That will be on the 19th of Jan. And then you've got Phil Collins, who's doing 2 shows for us here in WA, the 28th and 29th of January. All the tickets, folks, you can get them at racarena.com.au. That's racarena.com.au. It's on the screen right now. Anything else you'd like to add, Julia?
I think just jump online and see what else we have coming because we have so many events and we just don't have time to talk about them.
If I could turn back time. Are you going to meet Cher when she comes?
I don't think I get to meet her, but I will definitely be there dancing.
Can I say congratulations to RAC Arena. You guys are making Perth an ideal place for concerts. Fantastic people are coming to Perth. How many years did you hear? I know you're a little bit younger than me, only a little, but you used to hear, oh, there's nothing happening in Perth. Well,
you can't say that anymore.
You know what? You can't say that anymore. With Optus Stadium, Perth Arena, everything's happening in Perth and happening first, which is great as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Julie Seymour. Julia, have a wonderful Christmas.
Having me.
And thank you to Marika as well for helping us along with this. We're hoping to have you back next year from March, and we're going to promote all the events that are coming up at RAC Arena.
Can't wait.
Well done. Thank you very much. There you go, folks. We're going to take a quick break and be back with some cooking with Igor, our cook, right after this. You're watching the final edition of The Couch for 2018. See you after the break. Welcome back to another fresh and local, the ones I love. But Nisha said, can I do it? Can I? I said, oh, please. Am I going to hear about this forever being our last show? But welcome to Nisha Seth. She's going to do this segment for me. And of course, thank you to you, Igor, for bringing this section of the show to life for us.
Yeah,
you do amazing cooking, of course, Piadina della Nonna.
Della Nonna, yeah.
Today, what are you making?
We're making zuppa inglese. It's called English soup. It's not a main dish, but it's a dessert.
Doesn't mean what it says it is.
Yeah,
zuppa
exactly.
inglese means English soup.
Yeah.
But there's no soup about this.
There's no soup about it.
But there is a little bit of alcohol. But I'll leave you with
yeah.
Anisha, and then I'll come back just in the right time to eat it all.
Don't worry.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Igor, I'm excited to be a part of this segment though.
Yeah.
So, what's involved? What ingredients
So
are involved?
we got chocolate chip for our chocolate cassa, and we got this is corn flour for our cream.
We'll hold it up a little bit.
The sugar as well.
Everyone knows what sugar looks like, I guess.
And we got like some egg yolk as well for the cream. This one, the alcoholic part is like basically this kermes. It's a liqueur for basically soak our biscuit for our dessert. Yeah.
Lovely.
So yeah, we got here our milk already boiling with a bit of vanilla bean for our cream.
Beautiful.
Ready to go. And first thing, we basically put our flour in. So all our dry ingredients and the sugar as well.
So how much preparation do you need to do, Igor? You can start cooking in the morning if you're going to use
This one I need at least 3 or 4 hours in the fridge because obviously the biscuit need to get the flavor of the liqueur.
Okay.
But yeah, say if you cook like in the middle of the day for the night, it's the best thing.
Ready.
So we mix them the dry ingredients a bit, and now we're gonna pour our egg in.
Is that just egg yellow? Or
Yeah, that's the egg yolk. Yeah, that's right. And
I just call egg yellow or white.
Yeah, yellow or white. Yeah. That's easier.
Universal language of colours.
We mix all them together.
Fantastic.
There.
Wonderful.
We wait like until they get like all mixed up.
Excellent.
Like
so we want no lumps, no bumps?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice
there you
and
go.
smooth. Can you use an automatic
For I will not use it for custard cream because it doesn't need to whip a lot.
Okay.
So just the ingredient when all the ingredients are mixed together, that's enough.
So you need to use your muscles, in other words.
That's right. That's right. There you go. So now basically we're gonna pour our milk in our mixture like that. Like that. Like that. So we give it another little stir.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And basically the cream, like this, is ready to go back on our stove.
Wonderful.
Like that. And then we keep it cooking like that for another probably minute or two. And then we are ready with our cream until it's quite thick. Okay. This is basically the end result.
The end result.
The thickness like of
So how hot do you keep your stove if you're using induction or?
You need to go at the boiling point, so you're basically going around like 100 degrees. But obviously, when the cream start to boiling, it start to thicken as well. So you can like slow down a bit your stove, obviously, just in case it doesn't have to burn.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I'm always nervous with
the
milk,
risk of the
burn.
cream that you're gonna burn on the bottom of the pan, basically. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
right, what next?
We can put like basically our dessert together. We get this mono portion we can do, and so basically there's some biscuit. So basically I'm going to.
So what are these biscuits? Where do you get them
So
from?
the finger sponge, and basically they're very good for tiramisu or like dessert. They basically need to be soaked in some kind of alcohol or coffee, or they absorb very good. So.
And because we're not cooking this alcohol, actually, for people who don't drink alcohol that have this dessert, it won't burn out. It'll be in there.
Yeah, that's right. So there's obviously the English version. Obviously, it got just cherry syrup, so it's less alcoholic.
So the alcohol's in the new version. Why is that?
This is
really your recipe, isn't it, Igor?
No, yeah, it is. It's basically because in this area where they make this dessert, they got this liqueur. So and because it's pink, and you remind a bit of the cherry syrup. So that's why.
Lovely. So this is a normal piping bag that.
Yeah, that's
create,
right.
yes?
So I made like this chocolate custard cream and a normal custard cream as well. Okay. And we're gonna break some more to put on the top.
Beautiful. That looks lovely.
Like that.
And I can see it does reflect what a traditional. What did you say? I was going to say
truffle.
I've got truffle. I've got tiramisu in my mind because you made a beautiful tiramisu here a few weeks ago. Tiramisu, I do. I love tiramisu. Coffee and liqueur go well together.
Okay, so now we are ready to pour
custard.
Like the custard.
Wonderful.
So the good thing you have obviously put like not much of it, like because you need to see basically the cream from outside, the different layer. Yep. So that's a good part.
Wonderful.
So now we put like a little decoration on the top.
Excellent.
With the chocolate.
That looks beautiful.
Did you call my name?
Isn't it funny? As soon as it's ready for
You come at the right time, eh?
Casting aspersions on my motives.
Well, I would come in at this point too.
I would too, trust me. Do you know what I would really want to do? I know it's really horrible to do it, but do you know these things? When I was a kid, we used to, whatever was left, we used to just squeeze it all in our mouth. And then it turns into this. It turns into this sort of thing, as we call fat.
Bread.
But it looks lovely.
There you go.
Sorry, I'll move over to the side.
It does look really nice.
That looks awesome. So that, what do you call, is that soupe inglese?
Yeah. This
Shall
is
we
like
try
a mono portion.
Thank you.
And,
Come on, Nisha.
Oh, how is our, have we still got that boiling?
Oh, yeah.
We just need to wrap it up because we're just about out of time.
Ooh.
Is that all you're trying? I'm going to be a bit more generous.
Nice. I like to try the custard first. That's amazing.
It's
Very
like
nice.
it's like an Italian torta.
Yeah, kind of.
Good.
Yeah,
and what does that one taste
so,
like?
this is the same, and obviously we left it in the fridge for a bit longer. So as you can see, obviously absorb more the liquid.
So what does it look like when you cut that open?
Yeah, we can open it, and so we can look inside.
The crew are going to have a really nice
dessert.
Crew aren't even going to see it.
That's so pretty,
Oh, I
isn't
couldn't
it?
possibly give that to the crew. It's not good enough.
Something like this here.
That looks amazing. What's your website address?
So it's piadina.com.au.
There it is up on screen. Piadina.com.au. And the days that you're open, Monday to Friday?
Monday to Sunday, and from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
And where are you located?
61 Drovers Place.
There you go, Nisha. We can indulge in this in the break.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to Piadina della Nonna for
yeah.
being part of the show. Look forward to you coming back next year.
Yeah.
I think you should come back and play for the car and the holiday and everything.
Yeah.
And good luck with MasterChef as well.
Thank you very much.
Nisha, thank you very much for being part of the segment, and we'll see you
you.
later in a fashion segment. That is Fresh and Local for this week and this year. Thanks for watching. We'll take a quick break. Be back with more of The Couch right after this. Yum. Welcome back to The Couch. Thanks for your company for our last show for 2018. Michelle Varley and the kids from Coloured Spaghetti have been a big part of our show every month for the last 2 years. Today, Michelle's got the parents in to tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a parent of a child with special needs. Over to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Fred. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a very, very special episode of Coloured Spaghetti. I'm joined here today by three very special people, parents of children with special needs. We have at the end here Megan. Hi Megan, how are you going?
Good, thank you. Thanks for
Can you
having me.
You're welcome. Can you tell us about your sons?
Very quickly, I've got two very awesome 16-year-old twin boys, Benjamin and Harrison.
Okay, lovely. And in the middle here we've got Lee. Lee, tell us about your son.
Hi Michelle. Yeah, I've got a son, Ben. He's got autism. He's quite high functioning. He's a joy, but we'll get into that later on.
Yeah. Okay, and here we have Lisa.
Hi. I have a daughter, Bailey. She's 18 with autism and an intellectual disability as well.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for coming on. Look, the whole purpose of today is to give these wonderful people a voice, as we like to do in Coloured Spaghetti every week. And also we're going to talk about inclusion in the community. So, look, let's hit straight off. What are your experiences with inclusion in the community? Megan, have you had any negative experiences?
Generally good. Most people are good at heart, but you obviously have people that feel uncomfortable around things that they don't know or have a fear attached to that.
Yeah.
So you often will get stares or that uncomfortableness around. And I guess that we're here today to say, don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, give these kids a go.
That's right.
And Lee, what about you?
Yeah, I think one of the main things is mainstream activities, those kind of things, where someone like Ben, with his disability, is included and invited into that, but it's quite clear from the off that they're not really set up to, to have that.
So that's really important. So we are now getting more and more organisations that are welcoming children with special needs and disabilities. But the point is, you can't just have children come in without any preparation and without doing any groundwork. You know, there needs to be some preparation. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So how would you like to see people in the community be with your children? Megan?
Just like everybody else, speak with them, talk to them, make them feel comfortable. If they don't acknowledge you, that's okay, because in their own special way they might be acknowledging with a smile. Don't expect eye contact.
Yeah, eye contact's a big thing, isn't it? Especially with kids with autism. And also, our misconception is that when we see kids that are non-verbal, we think they can't understand us, and of course they can.
Yes.
Lisa.
Yeah, I just think in general, I think people sometimes don't understand they do sometimes have a lot of fears that can come across as inappropriate behaviour in society. So I think sometimes their fears, they can't express what they're scared of or what they're feeling.
Yeah, whereas a neurotypical kid might be able to say, whoa, I don't like this situation, I don't feel comfortable here. Bailey might not be able to verbalise that, put it into words. Lee, you said something, you said the easiest way to deal with someone you don't understand or are scared of is to dismiss them. And of course, that's the nice people. the nice people will just walk away. The bad people will be mean and horrible. So you have all this to deal with, and so important to be able to say to people, give them a chance. Absolutely. You know, and I think also at schools, it's we're very quick to say, oh yes, we're very inclusive, but it's more than just putting a child in a mainstream classroom and saying we're inclusive. It's about, again, preparing the kids, teaching the kids how to deal with communicating with those kids and making them feel comfortable, introducing them, talking about the disabilities. So what are some of the challenges of having children with special needs? We're going to talk about challenges and joys. So hit me with some challenges, Lisa.
Oh, I guess socially, obviously, is probably the biggest thing. And for me, with Bailey, it's getting her wanting to leave the house out of where it's her safety net, trying to get her to include her with other kids.
And you said to me that Bailey will often say things that other people are thinking.
Yes.
Can you tell us that story about
when she was going through the airport?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess a lot of times when people think of things and they can see something, so with her, they do tend to come out with stuff inappropriately at the wrong times, which is quite embarrassing, but very funny too. So we were going through the airport when the lady went to do the bomb check thing, and she went to do Bailey and, you know, come here, and Bailey just goes, no thanks, and just kept walking past. So the lady's just standing there thinking, okay.
Priceless.
Yeah, so it's things like that, wherever, you know, and you've got to try and take them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So.
And Lee, you talked about parties.
Yeah, big challenges. I think, you know, Ben's 14 now, but he's not been invited to a birthday party or anyone from school's kind of house since he was probably about 8, to be honest. So that's a challenge.
It breaks my heart because apart from the fact that those kids are missing out on so much by having Ben as part of their life.
Well, I think one of the joys with Ben is every Friday we're treated to a kind of karaoke night. You know, he sings along to Bob Dylan, Noel Gallagher, various other bands. You know, have him round at your party is great fun, you know.
And he certainly is. Megan, what are some of the joys that you've had with your two lovely twin boys?
They surprise me all the time, and I think that's, as a parent, you just got to put them out there. And we've done things like motorbike rides and helicopter rides and all that sort of stuff in the last year, and they've been amazing and taken every challenge, including going on a mainstream river cruise, which they did really well. So
and you said don't miss the opportunity to meet these unique characters.
That's
which
right.
is
Absolutely.
Look, we're running out of time. We could really go on for hours. I'm going to finish up by reading you something that Lee said, because I think he sums it up beautifully. He says, on the face of it, Ben looks like a healthy teenager, but dig a little deeper and he faces some major challenges in his life. He believes the world is amazing and he loves almost everything except seafood. He hates seafood. He trusts everyone and believes everyone is good. He is honest to the point of insult, and he would talk to anyone if they showed him some time and interest. He is nothing short of beautiful. He also has autism, and unfortunately that defines him to 99.9% of the world. It would be really nice if people looked a little bit further than his autism and got to know him, and just that it would be pretty nice if people would just give people with a disability the chance to show them that their disability is not the definition of them. That was absolutely beautiful. We're going to have to say goodbye, and thank you for an awesome year, Fred, in Coloured Spaghetti. Have a fantastic Christmas, and don't forget to look us up on the Coloured Spaghetti Facebook page, and we look forward to seeing you really soon. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you very much, Michelle. As always, a fantastic program. Catch our interview online with Michelle and Sean Gonzalvo. You can catch it online very soon, today or tomorrow, and they'll tell you about the future of Coloured Spaghetti. You might be able to help them. But that's it for this segment. Thanks for your company. We'll take a quick break and be back with some Talking Green with Cara Walker. See you soon. Going to Athens. Hello everyone, welcome back. I've got my brand new diary in front of me, and I do love my diary, but you'll hear more about that very soon while we love this amazing diary for 2019. We've got Cara Walker back from Talking Green, but we're actually talking colourful diaries today. Over to you, Cara.
Thank you, Fred. Who has looked in the mirror and said, I love how I look, I'm so happy with my body, I feel happy, I feel healthy? Not many, I'm telling you. And today we're here to talk about that. We are so excited to talk to a psychologist, a psychotherapist, and artist from Fremantle, Natalia Fedika. Welcome to the couch, Natalia.
Thank you, Cara.
Now, tell us a little bit about this body positive movement that you have been sharing with the world.
Well, it's been going on in a lot of places now, and it's so exciting to see women starting to pursue knowing how wonderful they are, being in the bodies that they're already in, that they don't have to lose weight, they don't have to change their shape, that actually women are just amazing as they are. So it's all about body love and self-love, and yeah, it's happening.
I mean, what got you into this in the first place? We're talking about just, women are getting into it, but it seems that, the media is against us. So what made you start this movement within your own?
Well, I'm in private practice, and a lot of the women I see, I work with eating disorders, body image and self-love. They're massive things for most women. And I guess one of the hardest things with changing ways of thinking is having those regular reminders to keep you on track. That's one thing. And the second thing was realising that a lot of what's in my profession is very clinical and black and white and not particularly beautiful. So I really wanted to bring the two together.
Excellent. So this diary is beautiful. Like you said, it's juicy, it's artistic. I can imagine a woman really wanting to tuck it into a bag and take it to a cafe and do her work. So what kind of woman do you think that this is suitable for?
I'd say pretty much most women, but women who want to finally find some food freedom, so moving away from diet culture, women who want to become more of themselves, who want to love themselves more fully. And that's what the message is with the diary.
And it seems really functional. We've got a whole page for, the working woman who needs to fill in her diary all the way. And what about, we're going into 2019 now. We're starting to look for our diary. This is a good working one. But why would we do this over, say, just picking a New Year's resolution and a regular diary?
I kind of think New Year's resolutions have been built on trying to fix ourselves. Like, we look at what we think is wrong with us and we set a New Year's resolution to try and combat that. And Body Love is all about learning to come back to yourself, learning to trust your body, learning to listen to your heart and step back from all those shoulds and just be with yourself.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about these strange words we've been hearing, intuitive eating. What does that mean?
Sure. Intuitive eating is really about moving away from diet culture and sort of those fad lifestyles because our bodies actually know what they need. But we've been so busy with trying to squeeze ourselves into different sizes that we've tried to override that. So intuitive eating teaches women how to, one, tend to their emotions and learn to listen to their body when it's hungry, what it actually feels like eating, and not being afraid of food groups. Like, donuts are okay, and so is salad.
Chocolate, is that on the okay list?
Chocolate is totally on the okay list.
Excellent. That makes me feel great because my New Year's resolution once was to quit eating chocolate for breakfast. And what am I resolving? I mean, really?
Nothing.
Yeah. That's exciting to hear. So it's really just about embracing those habits and knowing that we, knowing that we can really work with a process that we might be going through, but those New Year's resolutions are going to end, I think, and that's what crushes me in the end. You realise after a couple of months it's gone and feel that failure. And what about this, the colours through the diary? They seem to be flowing a seasonal pattern of some sort.
Yeah. So one of the things behind, at least for me, Body Love is about learning to tune back into our bodies, and within that are seasons. So as women, we go through our own seasons, but also in life there are different seasons and they come with different sort of energies, and I think it's really important to honour that. Potatoes are great in winter.
Yes, they are. And so what do you think is going to be the storyline from now on? We've launched the Body Love Diary, and where can you see this heading for you in the future?
We're definitely working on some partner workbooks to go with the diary, and I've already been running some Body Love workshops in Fremantle that bring in all sorts of delicious things in them, and yeah, that's where we're headed at the moment.
Yeah, so it really is its own little whirlpool. And did you create the book yourself?
Yeah, so I am also an artist on the side, I suppose, and all the artwork in there is my own, and it's a beautiful, colourful keepsake.
It is, and I think you mentioned that it was also printed locally, sustainably. It's a completely local diary.
Yeah, it's a Perth love job, so beautiful graphic designer and beautiful print people, and it's been made with a lot of love.
That's beautiful. And so where can people find out more about the Body Love Diary or about yourself and what you're doing?
Yep. You could go to bodylovethediary.com.au, and we're also going to be at the Perth Makers Market. So on October 21, I think that is the Fremantle Markets, and December 16 will be at Heathcote.
Excellent. So make your way to the bodylovediary.com.au where you can grab yourself a copy. It is a limited edition print this year and it is so exciting. All around Australia you can go online, grab your book. I do believe they've been selling around the world as well. Also you can head to the Couch website, thecouch.com.au, where you can link on to find the Body Love Diary as well. Thank you, Natalia, for coming onto the couch. I can't wait to sit in the park and eat chocolate and donuts with you one day and celebrate our beautiful bodies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fred, and we'll see you in the park for chocolate and donuts as well.
Thank you, Cara. Thanks for being part of the show this year. We'll see you next year. Can I just say, in the short time I've had this book, only the last 10 minutes, can I say it is colourful. It's got great artwork. It's got a lot of not hidden messages, but little messages in there for everybody. So there's a lot of stuff in there. It's a great Christmas gift as well. So if you're looking for a wonderful gift to give your daughter, your niece, your cousin, or your nephew, it might be something different. So anyone can read it. It's a great read, and you can get it from their website. Thank you very much to both of you for coming in today. And I'm sure we'll have Natalia back again, because you seem to be a fantastic presenter as well.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to having you back. Thank you again, Cara. Time for some music on the couch. There's another fantastic young lady, Tiffany, let me get the name right, Maloney. It's not Italian. I think it's a New Zealand name. But here she is singing a beautiful song, 2002. Over to you.
I will always remember the day you kissed my lips, light as a feather. And it went just like this. No, it's never been better than the summer of 2002. We were only 11, but acting like grown-ups, like we are in the present. Drinking from plastic cups, singing love is forever and ever. Well, I guess that was true. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods on an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got down, promising you bye, bye, bye. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs. Now we're on to the covers. Fast forward to 18, we are more than lovers. Yeah, we are all we need when we're holding each other. I'm taken back to 2002. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods on an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. And it went like this, say, oops, I got na promising you bye, bye, bye. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. On the day we fell in love. Dancing on the hood in the middle of the woods on an old Mustang, where we sang songs with all our childhood friends. Oh no, oops, I got na promising you bye, bye, bye. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you and me on the days when we were young, singing at the top of both our lungs on the day we fell in love. On the day we fell
thank you very much to Tiffany, and I can't remember the guy's name, but they've gone now. They're walking out of the studio. That's okay. Thank you very much. Now, thanks to Wemma as well. Wemma, West End Music Academy here in WA. They've done an amazing job providing us music talent throughout the week. So thank you very much to Nunzio and the group there at Wemma. All right, somebody else that does a great job is CARS, Canning Agricultural, Horticultural, Recreational Society Incorporated. They're here, but we call them CARS. The Canning show's coming up. Jeff Moore, welcome to the couch.
Hi, Fred.
Now, nice to have you here. Now, for those people who don't know you, and I'm sure there's a lot that say, who's Jeff Moore? Tell us a little bit about you. You're on the committee. You're one of the board of the committee.
Yep.
But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, got involved in the Canning show back in 1976 when my former boss said to me, the show's coming up, go down and give them a hand.
And you stayed there.
And I stayed. So I've been on the committee ever since.
Is it fun being on a committee for something like the Canning show?
It's a lot of fun, and particularly at Canning, because it's changed so much. You know, in 1976, we were still mucking around with very old buildings. We had a narrow highway out the front. The highway got widened. We lost our old hall. We built a new hall.
You've done
Greyhound. There's been fantastic changes.
You know, you say that. I remember when we did the documentary for CARS and looking at the old footage, the old buildings, as you're saying, there's been a big change. The land's been, the Greyhounds have been moved. Yep. You've got a brand new surface there. You've got two fantastic halls that can be hired, and there's more coming down the track as well, isn't there?
And there's so much happening out there at the moment. The whole district's being revitalised as well, and we're part of it, and we're staying with the times.
So tell me why we still do the Canning show. Why is it so important to us?
Because it's one of those things the community do. The community get involved. You know, it's so easy these days to go and buy it off the shelf and do it straight away, and instant gratification. Whereas at the show, we're dealing with people who spend a bit of time to do things. And even I make scones once a year to put in the Canning show.
It gives you a buzz, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
I've got this sheet, a little cheat sheet that was given to me by our fantastic CEO there at Cannington. But let me tell you about some of the things. We'll go through on the Friday night. Now, it is starting on the Friday the 2nd.
That's right.
And then going through to the 3rd of November.
Correct.
Which is the Saturday to about 10 o'clock at night.
About that.
So let's go through on the Friday. For those people who want to come down, you can buy your tickets, folks, online on the CARS website, which is on screen right now, Canning Show 2018. There are the details. But please, while we're talking, go to the website, buy your tickets, and that way you'll have them and you don't have to fuss about coming down there. It's going to be a great day. We're expecting about 10 or 15,000 people, as we always do. There's lots of fun there. Do you want to run through some of the events that are coming down? Because we've got here, for example, on the Friday, Vickery's Pavilion.
That's where all the arty crafty people get and go and hang out, and the photographers and those sorts of folk.
Paint and drawing as well. It looks fantastic. Then we've got Lidlow's Pavilion, which is flowers, fruit and vegetables.
For those home gardeners and believe me, we have people who grow things in little raised garden beds and win prizes at the show.
Fantastic. Then we've got the Cannington Exhibition Hall. Now we're talking craft and cooking and youth exhibits as well.
And all the local schools get involved and put on their displays. And that's where my scones get on show, Fred.
Do they really? And how well do they go? Is there any left by the
Not
time?
very well, I'm afraid, Fred. They don't do terribly well at all.
I absolutely love all the cake judging and all that. But I didn't know a couple of years ago, I went down there and there was this hall full of cakes and it still smells fresh. So I went to steal a couple of the cakes and then luckily Chef Dale said to me, don't eat that. It's been sitting there for 3 days. I thought, oh, it still tasted all right. But it's a great place, isn't it? Like you want to see all different types of cakes.
And that's where the activities go and go. Chef Dale stays on, as well as judge the show. He then does cooking demonstrations.
And you can taste things.
The people in the front row get to taste.
Now, I've got here Healthway Coffee Spot, and they're the food trucks that are going to be there as well.
A whole variety of food trucks.
And let's go through them. The farm animals as well, camel rides.
Yep.
Is that right? Alpacas.
Lots of touching and looking. And
Farmer Damien.
Farmer Damien's a bit of a character, yeah.
And that closes at 8:30, by the way.
It does, because the animals have to go to sleep.
Yep. So that looks like a lot of fun. And what about the mega sandpit? What's that all about? Blacksmith at work.
Well, it's just something we're trying for something different.
This
year. People say there's so many things to do, but you have to pay for them.
Mm.
So with the mega sandpit, somewhere little kids can go and play. And we've generally found out that big kids, like adult type kids, get in there as well.
And you know what I love? You're still carrying the agricultural theme, because we want people to know about the agriculture and our past history in Australia. So we've got the WA Machinery Preservation Society down there as well.
Now, these guys are unreal. They've got a steam engine, I mean a proper steam engine, not a railway train, but one that runs on the road.
Wow.
The stream track, and it'll be chuffing up and down very slowly, lots of noise, and kids just can't work out. They say, "Where's the engine?" And you point to the firebox.
Steam. Isn't it amazing? Like, we're talking about generations gone by. People have lost touch with the agricultural side, and it's awesome that at Cars and Cannington we keep it there so that there's a remembrance about our past.
What used to be, people forget that Cannington was dairy farms at one stage.
Yep. Exactly. Let's talk about Saturday. I'll go through them quickly.
Well, don't forget Friday night, the fireworks, Fred. You've got to stay for the fireworks.
Look at, they didn't put it on my sheet. The fireworks.
Fireworks at 9 o'clock.
Are we doing them on Saturday as well? No, it was kept them to Friday
Fred,
night.
we've got a star on Saturday.
I'll be there, of course, but I don't know.
That's what I meant.
No, it sounds fantastic. So the fireworks will go off at what time? At 9:30?
About 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So what we'd love you to do, on the Friday night, the 2nd, we want you to come down at 5:30, come straight after work. Don't bother going home. Come as you are. Just pick up the kids, obviously, or have the kids come to work. Take them down to the Canning Agricultural Society, the exhibition centre there in Cannington. We'd love you to have your tickets. Kids are free under the age of, I think it's 16.
16.
Kids are free. So there you go, as long as they're accompanied by an adult, we have
Correct.
to say.
Yep.
So we'd love you to come down there. No better ride. It is a fantastic place. You've got rides, you've got show bags, you've got food, you've got stalls, you've got machinery, you've got animals, and you've got fireworks. Saturday is going to be just as big. We've got the talent quest in the afternoon. We've got the amazing stage with lots of talented people performing there, and we want you to come and just have a fantastic time with the community. It is one thing that I've been involved with for maybe 8 or 9 years. I love the fact it's all about community. The Canning Agricultural Society, the committee do an amazing job. Jeff, you're part of it. You're very focused on giving the community back some of its history and fun as well.
That's what it's
and
all
I love
about,
it.
Fred.
So anything else that we've missed that you want to thank?
Well, you've mentioned your talent show that you'll be comparing in the
From 3
afternoon.
to 6.
Lots of talented kids on display
We've got
then.
60 kids that we got down to the last amount of 25. So we went down from about 100 to 60, and now the best of the 25 are coming in. 3 to 6 on the Saturday afternoon. Then we've got lots of a special act coming up after us at 6 o'clock to about 10. I can only urge you to come down. It is such a great day on the Saturday and Friday night. What shows start when you start? You finish work at 5 o'clock, you get down to us at 5:30. There's plenty of food and lots of family fun.
And we're looking forward to it.
Look forward. Thank you to Jeff Moore. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, Fred.
And I bet you I'll see you there in your red shirt.
You certainly will. Make sure you wear your red coat.
I should do, actually. Thank you for asking.
We'll get you a logo to put on.
I think it's great. I thought he was going to offer me a polo, but they don't fit me. But thank you, Jeff. And you and the committee do an amazing job. Love working with you. And we look forward to seeing you there on the day.
Thanks, Fred.
And that is Canning Show. Please go to the website, which is, of course, cars.com.au for tickets or more information. Contact them during the week on their phone number. We'll take a quick break. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk fashion right here on our last edition of The Couch after this. Welcome back to The Couch, our last segment for this 2-hour special. Thanks for being part of it. This is our last show for the year. We are taking an early break this year, so not spending Christmas with you, going away and then converting our studio to HD. But we've got one more segment to do, and we're talking fashion. Again, the dresses don't fit me, but that is okay because they may just fit you. Over to you, Nisha. You've got a great guest, Lauren.
Thank you, Fred. Always great to have Western Australian fresh talent on the couch. Welcome to the show, Lauren Chaplin.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You're here to talk about your brand, LJ Chaplin.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here today to talk about my clothing label. Perth-based, all locally made here in WA. So a lovely opportunity to share amongst your viewers my wonderful brand today.
Oh, beautiful. Now, you have a very interesting story because I know our audience always wants to know why people start their businesses and what's inspired you. So tell us what inspired you to start yours.
Mine really came from, I was working at a private golf club, Mount Lawley Golf Club, and it was a beautiful golf course, as all golf courses are. And I just found with myself, the ladies of the golf course, they would play their round of golf, they'd come off, they'd get changed, and they'd wear beautiful outfits and sit in the Lawley room to dine and had beautiful dinners and lunches. And I would find to myself that wish there was a way that I could present myself in a professional setting to represent them just as much as they had carried themselves throughout the day. So from that point, I decided I needed a creative outlet. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start designing my own clothes.
little did I realise once I went on that quest was that I couldn't find dresses that suited me to take me from day to night.
So you found a niche in the market.
I did. I found that wearing corporate wear, you could wear something that was classic, stylish and sexy that you could wear to work, and then you could also wear after work if you had after work drinks.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly. So another after work engagement and maybe a date, and I would be able to carry myself from day to night.
Beautiful. So you said it was WA based, so locally made as well. How important was that for your brand?
It was important initially because I was starting a new business and I didn't really understand what I was getting into initially. So for me, it was an easy way to have control from the brand from start to finish. So I could learn how the mechanics of literally making a dress from design to end product could be done, and being able to do it locally helped me have some control over that process.
That's wonderful. And another really important element for all of us ladies who like to dress in style is the price point.
Yes, so that was important to me. I wanted to be able to show people that you can produce solely in WA, you can keep things local, and you can keep it at a price point that is affordable for everybody. And I suppose with workwear in particular, you want to be able to wear something over and over again. You might add a few extra pieces from season to season. So you want functionality, practicability, but you also don't want to pay through the roof for a dress that you wear to work.
Wonderful. And you're doing really well. You're on Iconic now as well, I understand.
Yes, I was very excited about that. That happened quite organically at the start of this year. I was able to, I had great support from the East Coast with a lot of TV presenters there. They seem to love the dresses, which is perfect.
Keep sending dresses.
Yes.
I'm sure a few of us, Fred has already mentioned that he would like to wear one.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that you mentioned that, Lauren, I don't want to have an issue with you, but I live in Dianella.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you're living next door to me because 24 hours a day I hear your sewing machines. Are you in Dianella producing these dresses?
I am. I'm just round the corner. Yes, so you have to come around for a visit. We can do some LJ dresses for yourself.
LJ Hooker, all right. You're the best. Hey, can I tell you something? I watched you earlier on. Can we have a look at that footage? I recorded it secretly. I hope you don't think I'm a stalker, but I was recording you and Sarah showing off earlier on. Tell us about these dresses. There's one that you're wearing right now. How much should these dresses cost?
So this one I'm wearing right now is called the Infinity dress. So this one's valued at $159.
That is cheap.
It is. It is very affordable.
Cheap on price, not on quality.
No, exactly right.
And Sarah's dress?
Sarah's wearing the Matrix dress, and that's valued at $139.
Where do you get the names from? How do you come up with your names?
I'm glad you asked that question. They're strong, female, empowered names.
So if you were making a dress from me, what would you call it? Big girl?
No. I would call you something strong, like a Dira or a Freya or something like that.
I like
they're European,
Aretha.
but they're strong. Yeah, strong European
Queen
names.
Latisha.
Yeah.
Latifah.
That's very ghetto.
I love your outfits. Can I just urge everybody out there? She's a Perth girl. She's doing it incredibly hard, competing with all the international brands, the Chinese brands, all the crap that you can buy overseas. You don't want to be doing that. Buy the local stuff. She works from here in Dianella, making your outfits, and they range from $49 up to $100 and $200, but that is a bargain.
Yes, it is. And I guess I didn't want to become greedy with what I was producing. I wanted to make it an opportunity for everyone to purchase and enjoy the brand, wear it to work, and feel proud when they go into work that the rest of the day can be busy, but you'll know you'll look 10 out of 10 in LJ Chaplin.
I reckon our friend Nisha here would love to wear your outfits on the show every week.
I could definitely see you wearing
Nisha, I'll leave it back up to you to wrap it up for 2 minutes. They are beautiful outfits.
So can you provide us, I guess, with some of your further inspiration for the future? Because, we all know that brands expand.
Yes.
So what's your vision for LJ Chaplin?
Well, at the moment, I'm primarily doing dresses. So for me, I would like to expand to add-ons with that. So more jackets, skirts, pants, anything in between, really. I'd also like to branch out into accessories for work as well. So
wonderful.
Anything is attainable with LJ Chaplin.
Well, good on you for being WA homegrown and also for utilising WA services as well in your development.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Where do people go to purchase your dresses?
If you'd like to make a purchase of an LJ Chaplin dress, please visit my website on ljchaplin.com.
Wonderful. Now, I believe that Fred has something lovely surprise for our audience. I'll throw back to him.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you to Lauren. And I hope you'll be part of our show next year because you're a wonderful person.
Oh,
love
lovely.
local manufacturers and local dresses. fantastic. I think a lot of ladies out there have probably gone, wow, so cheap. I have got 6 $50 vouchers. They'll come in this wonderful box. See how much trouble they've gone to? 6 of these leading up to Christmas. You may want to go down and you'll get $50. Put in the rest yourself because you don't want to be a tight ass. You want to actually support local industry. But we're going to give you a $50 start. You can spend it on anything at all in the LJ Chaplin range. But you need to contact them, email them or phone them and say, I want a voucher off the couch. And they'll look after you. Now, if you want to win this is how you have to do it. Send an SMS right now while you're watching me. Picture me wearing those dresses. Maybe don't picture me wearing those dresses. 0439 929 929. That's our SMS number. The code word is Chaplin, just like the lady who made the dresses. Chaplin. There it is on screen. 0439 929 929. I need your name, your address, and your phone number as well on the SMS. And you could be the lucky person just before Christmas to get one of these $50 vouchers. We've got 6 to give away. Thank you very much.
Thank you
That is
very
it.
much.
Thanks to Lauren. Thanks to Nisha.
Pleasure.
Wonderful job. Let me just thank the people that are very important in making this show. This year we had a whole heap of kids come to us from TAFE. They're all young adults doing an amazing job here in the studio and in the control room. Run through. Let's have a quick thank you to them. We've got Aref, we've got Bailey, we've got Michael, we've got Cassidy, and we've also got Alec. Thank you very much. Sonia sitting in the corner. Of course, she can't walk too well, but she's going to come through and we'll have a quick shot of her limbering around. Sonia, who's been part of the show for about 15 years. Thank you very much. Can we take a shot of Sonia or you can't be bothered? Oh, they'll be right. There you go, Sonia. You're on now. You can just see your leg. That's fine. That's Sonia there. In our control room, of course, Ben, who's been with us for so long, came to us when he was 15. Still looks about 16, but he's been with us for about 10 years or so. And, of course, Adrian, our director, who doesn't really like directing, but has directed for the last 5 years. Well done to that. He does a great job. And, of course, Nick, who works at Palace Cinemas. Please go and support them as well in the city here in Perth. Nick, thank you very much for your wonderful work. And everybody else that's missing today, all the other crew that aren't here, Cassie, Ali, any others I've forgotten? Taylor, thank you very much. Everybody that's joined us, Connor, thank you very much, yes. And everybody that's joined us this year, been part of the couch, thank you for your contribution. Thank you to Aurora Television, thanks to Foxtel for making us a wonderful show for 17 years. And thanks to you at home for watching us every week. But the most important thank you as well is to our friends here at the Education Department and SIDE. Without them, we would not have a studio, an amazing TV studio here in WA in Leederville. Thank you to SIDE and the Education Department for giving us the studio to use. And that's about it. Thank you again to you. Have a safe and wonderful Christmas. It's coming up in a couple of months, not long. I'm off to Athens and then we're back to refurbish the studio in high definition. Back again in March. Watch all the repeats. Thank you to me for doing a great job as well. Thanks to Nisha. She's one of our best presenters and she's also one of our only presenters these days. So thank you very much. You are the best. I love working with Nisha. Next year, thank you to Daniele. Thank you to Cara. Thank you to Marnie. Thanks to all our presenters that have worked hard throughout the year. If I've forgotten you, I'm sorry. Thank you to everybody. And I'm going to leave you now with a wonderful band, 44 Degrees, Centre Stage. The Waters is their song. Please support them. They're local. See you next year. Bye-bye.
Well, I see my reflection in the waning waters, and these waves keep breaking into tiny droplets of my youth. And I can ride these breakers, all be done from crest stops and matters nonetheless to me. If I sink or swim, yeah, 'cause this ocean holds bare, but I can't control it, so just take me under. 'Cause this life won't hold me down for too long, baby. All these lessons I've learned, they ripple through you still, yeah. And all these situations, baby, are nothing but the changing tides. All I need I find in the water, in the waters, yeah. And these fearless eyes mean for determination of a hungry heart. Never cease to hold strength in your soul now, babe, and cast away all of your inhibitions and your weaknesses. 'Cause they'll only cloud your eyes, the brighter days, the deeper the blue, well, the stronger the current. So be present and mindful. Don't let the changing tide drift you off course. All these lessons I've learned, they ripple through you still, yeah. And all these situations, baby, are nothing but the changing tides. All I need, I'll find in the waters, in the water, yeah. All these lessons I've learned, they ripple through you still, yeah. All these situations, baby, are nothing but the changing tides. All I need, I'll find in the water, and the water.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.